through some of the stories on my radar tonight. New developments in the effort to solve one of this campaign's great political mysteries. Who asked Pennsylvania Congressman Joe Sestak if he'd take an administration job instead of taking on Senator Arlen Specter? Today, Republican Jeff Sessions, the Senate Judiciary Committee's top Republican, says it's time for a special prosecutor. Sessions says a mere assurance from the White House counsel is plainly not conclusive. It's time to get to the bottom of this. Ed Rendell, Pennsylvania's Democratic governor and a powerful force in his party circles, says he's certain nothing illegal happened, but, quote, the White House and Joe Sestak should be a little more detailed and put this behind them.
Look, I think that this is only going to get worse. Whoever at the White House and whoever in Congressman Sestak's campaign thinks that trying to cute your way through this by not saying anything is going to hope that the problem, with the hopes that the problem will go away, has made a terrible mistake. I think this is something that Republicans are going to continue to hammer on for next week, and continue to be a central part of any political story in Pennsylvania at a time where Congressman Sestak needs to make it about the issues if he's going to win.
But the Senate Republicans needed a Democrat on board before they did this. If I were advising them, I'd say, look, these things always look partisan unless you have somebody from the other team. The late Daniel Patrick Moynihan was one of the first Democrats who said there should be an independent counsel for Whitewater. That's what started us off on that $70 million.
Well, David Axelrod told me the other night these are legitimate questions. Dick Durbin, the number 2 Democrat in the Senate, yesterday said he thinks somebody should answer what happened here. Now you have Ed Rendell, the Democratic governor.
Well, Eddie's right. Governor Rendell, excuse my disrespect, Governor Rendell is right. Yeah. It's unimaginable that there's any violation of law here. It's unimaginable. And Axe told you that. He said, well, it could be a serious violation of law. No, I'm a lawyer, David. There's not even a potential violation of law. It's just called politics. So, but they should put it out there.
That's not true. There is very clear in the U.S. Code what you can and cannot do for trying to encourage a certain level of political activity for a job, for any direct or indirect benefit. So there's a very, very important question here.
You know, first off, the Republican head of the ethics office for Bush looked at this and said he can't imagine that there's a crime here.
Imagining is one thing. Exploring it and getting the actual answers is another thing.
It's politics that happens every single day. Ron Kaufman, who was President Bush Sr.'s political director, he said, if this is a crime, every president going back to George Washington was a criminal. Because
the statute of limitations on Washington has expired. I'm certain of that. All right, let's move on since we're not going to settle this one here. Both Dick Cheney and Sarah Palin